Well, there's no easy way to say it. I happen to buy another car. Some would point out that I already got a 309, but this is a 5-door. It's a 1990 model, just like the red one, but this is a 1.6, and it's got a rear spoiler, but that's not why I bought it. The red one is a project for later on, and I really needed something that was both drivable and also, in my taste, funny. So that's really why I bought it. It's got a MOT and everything. It's really scruffy. When you get close up, has had some repairs. A lot of them actually. Probably a new wheel arch here as well. That's why it's painted badly. But and the red one is actually a whole lot better in that respect. But yeah, this was now and here. It does present itself a bit better, I think. One thing is the color, but as you can probably see, the red one has got normal glass. The red one is a 1.3, actually the Simca engine, and this is a PSA, but that's not why the windows are tinted. But of course, this is a higher spec, being a 1.6. So I guess that's why they tinted the windows. It's got a sunroof as well. Don't know if that was an extra or add-on, but yeah. But I guess I really only have to explain to myself why I buy cars. It had 4 new tires within the last year. Toyo all season, I think it is. It has new calipers in the front. It has had a new alternator. So that's all nice for me, that I don't have to think about that. It has done 200,000 kilometers. Has a service book, or what should you call it, up until 180. I'll get back into that, but so I thought, well, how bad can it be? Well, yeah. It's amazing owning so many cars, and I still think that you can buy one that doesn't need fixing, but give me a second. So, this is the beast. It actually drives kind of nice. Obvious things here we are missing. They always go bust, so but I'm gonna try finding one. Just spotted another hose that is about to give up. Great. One of the, what shall I say, immediate problems could be that it says that the timing belt was done at 62,000 kilometers in 1995. Well, no. It has been done sometime later, but that mark has fallen off. And in the book, it just says, for example, at the last service at 180, timing belt checked. How the hell can you check a time? Just by looking at it? Yeah, but yeah, I guess I'll have to do that. And then this, I have to say that I think this is kind of stupid, that the oil filler is here and then with a tube. And that was of course full of crap. Could be due to a lot of short runs, but yeah, I'll find out. Maybe it's worn out. It does have a problem with the water as well. I topped up the water and then it started telling me that it needed water. Didn't do that before. It doesn't get hot, but the water is really old and rusty and needed some oil, but yeah. I will give it a service and see how it goes. I can't really tell. But I have to be fair and say that the guy I bought it from, he had actually bought it for spares because he was doing up a GTI version, but he thought it was too good to scrap, so he just drove it for 6 months, and then I bought it. So, I can only agree. It's surely too nice a car to scrap. So we'll look at the inside in a minute when we take it for a drive. Actually, I will cut and I'll do it later when I actually need to go somewhere. But I just wanted to show you some of the funny things. Can you see that? That dent? I wonder if that's what you call a whiskey dent. If you were Derek from White Script Garage, but could be that you just have slammed the bottle down in the roof, but I don't know. Funny dent, but I don't really care. I just want to drive it. Everybody wants a 205. I like 309s, but hopefully this will give me some miles. But let's see how it goes. We are in the 309. I've just been to a open house at a classic car dealership. I will share some photos just to get some enthusiasm. It's not really, I know the weather looks nice now, but it was snowing and hailing when I drove in here, so yeah, but I promised you a drive in the 309, so let's go. Really hope that camera stays there. I'm unable to find my proper suction cup. Whoops. No radio. Yeah. If I'm really lucky, the angle will change in a minute because there's a extremely bad entrance. I've never quite understand why you can build a supermarket, but you can't build a proper drive into the parking place. So, 1.6. I know I drive like an old grandma, but I like to try to preserve my cars. One of the really cool things about this car is it is so easy to drive. It's so nimble. Yeah, I know you should be driving like this, but I can just drive it with 2 fingers. It is finger light. Yeah. Of course, it's got no servo, but everything it's just matched up. So the gear shift sounds a bit clunk just by the lever action, but the linkage itself is extremely smooth. So for me, driving a car like this, it has everything that a modern car has, except all the comfort things. It doesn't have a big screen here, or yeah. But other than this, it can do exactly the same as a modern car. They don't drive better than this. They just gotten a lot of course some of them are safety issues, but this is safe to drive because it's a good handling car. Only thing I have noticed, you can't hear it because we're still in the city, but I do think it has quite a lot of wind noise from the A-pillars, but I guess that's just because the rest of the car is so quiet that you can hear it. There's a slight hesitation. I don't know quite what that is yet, but yeah. Only had the car for a week, and so far I've done almost 200 kilometers of testing. So now we're at the Danish speed limit, 80 kilometers an hour on a normal road. One of the things for me, for a car that has to be usable, it has to be able to do this without sounding like it's exploding. So of course, being a 1990 model with 5-speed, no problem. Don't know if you can hear the wind noise, but I can. We have a rev counter because it's 1.6. I would like to mention that I don't think this is correct. I actually think that the guy who sold it to me, he has probably nicked the digital clock because he needed it for a GTI that he's restoring. So I don't think it's a graphic, but yeah, I could be wrong. We got electric windows with some real big switches. Front windows, of course, and they do work. We got central locking. Right now it works on the front doors and on the boot, but I don't know. I think it's supposed to work on all doors, but it doesn't. Actually, that rear door got jammed in the first day of ownership, so yeah, I spent a couple of hours getting that one open again, but yeah. I saw this old, I tried to Google it, if there was an easy way to fix it, and I found a forum from 10 years ago, and one of the guys just said, just dump it and buy another one for 50 quid. So real, not really helping a lot, but I guess that says a lot about these cars. It's overlooked. Everybody wants a 205, but well, that's just how I am. That's why I want a 309. It's really hot in here now. I had to use everything when I'm driving in here because I had snow and ice on the front window. Yeah, I don't know if you can sense that, but I just had two small hesitations, but yeah. At first I hoped that it was just lack of fuel, but no. So yeah, we'll try figuring that out, but if you just treat it with a little respect, it's no problem. Not really much of a triangle of doom here, but yeah. The wipers are shot though, but I have ordered new ones. They are due in next week, hopefully. Of course, I wanted to buy them as cheap as possible. That's the only way you can have more than one car today. So. I don't really know what else to say. This just drives So nice. I can tell you that. Have you ever wondered why all the other Peugeots at the time were something with a 5 at the end? 205, 305, 405, and so on. That's really because this car was intended to be a Talbot or Simca. Sorry. And Peugeot, they totally overtook them. So they decided not to market Talbot cars anymore. And they had this car all ready for production. And it was going to be the Talbot Arizona. So they decided to sell it, to make the car, and then they badged it as a 309 because, yeah, it didn't really fit in. A little bit different than the 305, so, and smaller than the 405, 309. So I have to admit, I never thought about that it was strange that it was a 09 car when growing up, but yeah, you learn every day. Talbot Arizona is quite a cool name, I think. But yeah, that wasn't meant to be. So, what do you guys think? Am I stupid for buying a car like this? I have to say, I like it. So, I have bought it to be a usable driver, and that is so far what it's what do you say, proving to be. But yeah, of course there's gonna be all kinds of fixes, but yeah, hopefully they will wait a while, but because I really need to get 2 other cars to the MOT. We have to do MOTs in Denmark, but if you have a classic car, it's only every 8 years. So that's a nice thing, but also a lot can change in 8 years. One thing I noticed when driving modern cars, it's quite often you can't see all the clusters. This is just perfectly open steering wheel, real, right in my face, just how you want them. Don't know if you can see the car in front of me. It's I think it's one of the. It's a rather new Toyota Aygo. I can't see if it's the real new, extremely ugly model or it's the more normal one. But real popular cars, they just go and go. But it just looks like a really tall car when you are in a Peugeot 309. Really funny how cars have changed. One other thing, you sit really nice in this car. Of course it's a bit low, but like you would expect for a French car, you got nice and comfy seats. It's just, yeah, a real nice place to be. Yeah. Driving a non-servo car is really all about you only turn the wheel when the car is moving. As easy as that. So I learned that when I was taking my driver's license, but you don't really need that on a modern car today. But remember, if you want to preserve your tires, don't yank the steering wheel when the car is not moving. It has a slight rattly noise here, but I think I have more or less located it, so that's what you call a minor thing. Don't know about you, but I don't need more pep than this. But don't know if you noticed that Igo was in the middle of the road, but yeah, sometimes it's with small cars are like small dogs. They think they are twice the size than they actually are, but yeah. I think you get the picture now, so if you want to see a couple of still photos from a 403 that I went to look at, and I decided that I can easily live without it, because the condition was, yeah, the price was fair, but the condition was also. I have to say then that I really enjoyed the lines of a Deco W, as with a Danish background. What a nice car, beautiful sculpture. Would really fit nice with all my 2-strokes motorbike, but the car I really liked was a old Hillman Minx drophead. What a gorgeous car. And that's when I think, why don't I just sell some of all the non-driving cars and buy one really nice restored car? But yeah, I don't know, maybe one day. But wait for the pictures, or otherwise, goodbye for now.